Welcome everyone to our video series Talking with a Professional. Today I'm here with Luke Hine from Pipes Plumbing Gas Co. to chat about all things plumbing. So shoot the first question, Luke. When someone is buying a house, what are a few things you think they should be looking out for?
I think there's a list of things, but I think the number one thing people should be looking for is checking how old the hot water system is. Every hot water system will have a label on the side of the hot water system which will say the date of manufacture. Most of them survive the weather pretty well. And yeah, most hot waters will last you about 10 years. So if it's older than 10 years, then you're probably looking at a hot water system in the next couple of years generally. The other thing being is checking all the taps and toilets are working okay. Whether they're easy to turn on, the toilets flush okay with no noises. That way there's no other hidden underlying issues that could be not showing themselves. And the last thing probably is look around for like watermarks and like water stains. Like most town water will leave calcium, like blue marks, so it'll be pretty obvious where there has been previous water leaks in the past, or strange smells is the other one. If you've got strange smells around, usually there's a problem that's hidden as well. They're probably the main things.
Sweet. So obviously when people are buying a house, it's common to get a building and a pest inspection done. Do you think it's worthwhile getting a plumbing inspection done for all those purchases? Yeah,
I think so. I think the biggest thing about plumbing is quite often it's hidden, and they're costs that you don't expect that jump up suddenly, and they're never normally cheap as well. Probably the number one thing being is most plumbers around town these days will have a drain camera available. They can camera all your drains and that sort of stuff, and they can check for potential blockages, tree roots, cracks and that sort of stuff, which may lead to quite a big expense down the track. The other thing is probably building inspectors will pick up on things like water damage and that sort of stuff in your bathroom, in your laundry, wet areas and that sort of stuff. Plumbers can do a more depth inspection of it, like pressure testing the pipes behind the walls. They also can do flood tests on the shower base and that sort of stuff, which another thing that could cost you a lot of money down the track if it's not quite right. And probably the last most important thing is most plumbers will be able to know if work's being done unlicensed just by visually looking at it, or they'll be able to check with council for you that all the white forms and stuff have happened during a renovation or works that are being completed on the home.
Yeah, cool. And so during the time someone owns a house, what sort of checks or precautions do you think they can take to prevent large or costly issues arising?
I think just not ignoring problems is the number one thing. I often see people, they ignore problems for quite some time, and these problems never get better, they only get worse. So if you ever have something simple like a leaking tap or toilet, it's surprising actually how much water it uses over that time. And I think if you get onto those issues early, it'll just save you money in the end, which is more important.
And so for like your general 70s, 80s houses, what are the most common issues you think or that you see regularly?
Probably just the old pipes. Back in those times they used a lot of clay called earthenware pipes. Those pipes wear out over the time, and they need to be replaced with PVC. That's probably the most common thing because tree roots are renowned for getting in them. The other thing is old water pipes. So they've gone from galvanised water pipes with rust out inside the ground. These days they use a lot more poly. So they're probably the main two things, burst pipes and block drains that you can see on the older homes.
And obviously the $1 million question is, what do you think the best way to unblock a toilet is?
Call a plumber. There's really good plungers available these days at Bunnings and that sort of stuff. It doesn't hurt to spend $25 on a plunger and try plunging yourself before you call a plumber. But if the problem persists, like I said, always call a plumber in and he'll be able to sort out if there's bigger issues.
No, that's all right. So if anyone has an issue, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook.
Cool. So it's just under Pipes Plumbing Gas Co.
Just Pipes Plumbing and Gas Co.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can find me on there.
No worries. Well, thanks for your time.
Awesome.
And chat to you soon.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.